one of the people that ran was a blind runner. And this blind runner had a guide. So I just thought, this is so cool. So I already think it's cool for someone to run one marathon. Now I'm wowed because it's 7 marathons, and I'm like extra wowed because it's 7 continents. And she has this there's this blind runner who's running with her, and she has a guide. And as I began to research some guides, there's many ways that a guide can run with you. They can run literally tethered with you. They can run like there's an elbow guide. But what's cool about this is that the person that's running has to basically run at the person's pace. Now, I've ran with Jay before, and I nearly vomited, and this was early on. I said, I am never running with you again, and I've kept to it. I'm never running with him because his pace is horrible, and he's not interested in keeping my pace. I've also run with a friend before, and she can talk the whole time she runs. And I remember trying to run with her, and I'm like, how are you doing this? I'm like dying and like out of breath, and I just was like, I'll tell you when we get to the light. You know, and it was like around the block. I mean, it wasn't very far, it seemed like. So I'm not a great runner. But what amazed me is that the guide has to run at the pace of the blind runner or the visually impaired runner. And what wowed me is that's how we are to be with each other. See, the guide has to be in shape, right? They have to be able to run the marathon. They have to not only have their pace, but they have to train themselves how to run at the pace of someone else while never compromising their own form, their own self. They never compromise who they are. But they adjust according to the person who's in need. And there's cues as I was reading, like they were talking about different ways that you can train someone. So you'd be like, 3, 2, 1, step down. Or you always gave like a countdown was one way. But this whole person is always looking out not just for what might stumble them, but any stumbling block that might be for the visually impaired runner. And what I realized as I was fascinated by everything, now the same person, the visually impaired person and their guide finished all 7 races. And what I just thought was amazing was they never compromised who they were, but they were in it with him the whole time. That's how we are to be as family in Christ, brothers and sisters. We never compromise who we are. We never say, hey, you need to come run at my pace. I'm up here. I can handle it. No. We begin to allow God to do something in and through us, and then we adjust for each other as the person has a need. Isn't that amazing? I never need to compromise who I am, but as I grow closer to who God has called me to be, because thank God I am perfected until Jesus comes back. That's what he says. That's a promise, and I'm holding him to it, right? It's a long time. That in that, as I have a work that's stirring and done in me, I can come alongside someone and partner with them and call them out, not call them out, but call out for them along the way. Say, hey, there's danger that's happening. Hey, this is what I'm seeing. And I'm running and doing life with them while allowing God to still do a work in me. See, that's that whole idea of when we regard no one according to the flesh. That's what that is. I don't regard that person according to what I see. I regard them to what he's doing in me, and now we can be partnered in this together as we're moving forward.